All right, let's talk about the massive shakeup that just hit the real estate world. A $1.6 billion deal has created a brand new titan in the industry. But this is so much more than just a simple merger. It's basically a declaration of war. And we're going to break down this high-stakes battle because it could totally change how you buy and sell your next home. So first things first, let's get right into the huge headline that had everyone talking this week. Yeah, you heard that right. $1.6 billion. I mean, that is a staggering number. That's the price tag on a deal that has completely redrawn the map of the real estate world. It's a huge sign that power is consolidating in a major way. So you're probably wondering, who are the players in this massive deal? Well, on one side, you've got Compass. You might know them. They're the more tech-focused, modern brokerage. And they're merging with Anywhere Real Estate, which is this huge established holding company. I mean, they own iconic brands like Coldwell Banker and Century 21. So this is way more than just a merger, right? It's like new tech shaking hands with the old guard, all to create this absolute powerhouse in the market. And get this, the whole thing happened incredibly fast. I mean, the merger was just announced 4 months ago. Then, just last week, the shareholders gave it the green light, and by Friday, boom, the deal was done. For a multi-billion-dollar deal, that is moving at absolute lightning speed. Okay, but a deal this big and this fast, it's never just about growth, is it? No. This is a really strategic move in a much, much bigger fight that's been brewing for years, a fight we're calling the war for listings. So that begs the question, right? Why would these two giants suddenly feel the need to team up in such a dramatic way? Well, it turns out the answer has a lot more to do with a battle than just a simple business decision. And we know this because a whole trove of new documents has come to light, and they basically blow the doors wide open on this thing. They show this fierce, behind-the-scenes struggle for control over the entire real estate market. And there's this one quote from inside those documents that just says everything. It reads, "If we had twice the market share, you can't bully us anymore." Wow. So this merger, it wasn't just about getting bigger. It was a defensive play, a move to get enough muscle to finally fight back against a huge rival. So who's the rival they're talking about? Well, the documents point a finger directly at Zillow. Think about it. Zillow is the dominant online portal. They basically control the fire hose of potential homebuyers. And for years, brokerages have felt like they have no choice but to pay Zillow's pretty high prices for leads. This merger, it's a direct shot. It's Compass and Anywhere trying to get big enough to finally sit at the negotiating table as equals. But, this war isn't just being fought in corporate boardrooms with big mergers. Nope. The battle for who controls listings and data is now spilling over into the political arena. We're talking about companies actively lobbying to literally rewrite the rules of the game. A perfect example is this draft bill that's being floated in Washington state. It's proposing a whole new set of rules for how real estate listing data can be shared and shown online. Now, that might sound dry, but it directly hits the business models of portals like Zillow and, of course, brokerages like Compass. It's the newest battlefield in this ongoing war for who controls the information you see. And all this fighting, the corporate battles, the legislative stuff, it's definitely taking a toll. And right in the middle of all this chaos, we're seeing a major changing of the guard at the very top of the industry. Glenn Kelman, who for 2 decades has been the very outspoken CEO of Redfin, another big tech-focused brokerage, has just announced he's stepping down. We're talking about the end of a 20-year run here, a period where technology completely transformed the real estate business. But here's the part that really makes you stop and think. He's not just retiring, and he's not jumping to a competitor. He's leaving the real estate industry. For good. I mean, when a CEO who's been a veteran for 20 years decides the fight just isn't worth it anymore, well, that tells you something pretty profound about the state of the entire industry. So let's recap. The deal is done. A major CEO is heading for the exit. The rules of the game are all up in the air. And now, as the dust starts to settle, it feels like we're left with way more questions than answers. And it's not just us. Industry analysts are all pointing this out. Sure, the merger was fast, but all the really big questions about what comes next, they're still hanging out there, completely unanswered. The future is, well, it's a huge question mark. So everyone's asking, what is the long-term game plan for this new super company? How is Zillow going to respond to this? And maybe most importantly, what does all of this mean for the real estate agents on the ground? And for us, the people actually buying and selling homes? Is this just the first domino to fall? Are we about to see a huge new wave of these kinds of mergers? And that really leaves us with one big final question to think about. As these corporate giants go to war, as they fight for dominance and rewrite the rules of the entire market, you really have to wonder, what is the simple act of buying or selling a home going to look like for you and me in the years to come?